Hari Om. Satya or truth is a number two yama in Ashtanga Yoga. But along with Ashtanga Yoga, Satya or truthfulness is being discussed in every type of yoga, whether it's Hatha Yoga, whether it's Bhagavad Gita. The truth is of highest importance. The reason why the truth is described as an important practice is chitta prasadanam, that if you follow this truth, then your mind can be at peace. If you do not follow this, then it creates a lot more stress, a lot more anxiety, and it disturbs and distracts your mind. In my day to day life, when someone asks me, how much do you eat? I don't always tell the truth. Whatever amount I'm eating, I always try and tell less than what I'm eating to the person. And if it comes to the exercise, I often tell more than what I do. This is a very interesting idea in my own mind that I need to eat less, but I eat more and I want to hide that. I need to exercise more, but I'm not doing as much. So I'm just telling it. The same thing happens with my emotions. Many times I get angry, but I don't accept it. If someone says, "Oh, you were angry," I say, "No, I was not angry." I get stressed with little things. And if someone notices that and they ask me, "Are you stressed?" I say, "No, I'm very relaxed." So there is a gap between what I think as ideal self and what I see as a real self. And this gap creates stress in our mind. And this stress reflects if my day to day life, if I tell a lie, then it's much harder for my brain to remember that. If I meet the person after 6 months, then it's very stressful for me to remember what lie I told this person. And if you have heard about these lie detector tests, where someone who distorts the truth or the reality, his brain goes into stress mode. And that can be easily detected by the machines. Now, even that tiny bit of stress that is created in our mind is enough to disturb and distract. And these distractions are not helpful on the path of yoga or even for our regular day to day life. A real life incident where a father and a son sitting together, the mobile phone of father rings. The father notices that the person who is calling, he doesn't want to talk to this guy. Now he tells his son, "Son, my dear son, pick up the phone, answer the phone, and tell uncle that daddy is not here." Now the boy is very obedient, follows whatever his daddy is saying. So he answers the phone and he says to this uncle, "Uncle, daddy says to tell you that he is not here." Now the daddy gets very angry at the boy. He says, "How can you say that? That's not what I told you." The boy is confused. He said, "This is exactly what my father told me. And this is exactly what I'm telling this person." So for a child, speaking truth is so natural and comes so easy. But then the problem is for the father, because there is a stress reaction when he's telling something against what is the truth. What happens in this story is the next day, the boy, trying to follow his father's example, tells a lie to his mother. And then the mother calls the father, and the mother says to the father that, "Look, he's lying to me." Now the father again gets angry. Then the boy is confused. He says, "Yesterday I told the truth and my father was angry. And today Like my father was telling a lie yesterday, I'm telling a lie today to my mother, and again I get scolded for. So, this is not a problem of the child, this is a problem of that father, because he's not unable to accept the reality and speak the truth or behave truthfully. The behavior, truthful behavior is so important. There is one story of a sage. His name was Ramdas, Santa Ramdas, the great yoga master Ramdas. One day, a woman brought her little child to this yoga master, and she said to this yoga master that, "Oh master, my son, he eats a lot of sweets. I thought you are such a enlightened master and such a powerful yogi. If you tell him not to eat so many sweets, I think he will change his habits." Sant Ramdas smiled and he said, "Oh, that's nice of you to think. I will certainly tell your son not to eat sweets, but come back after 15 days." Now that lady was confused. She said, "It's just one line that this master has to say. Why I have to wait for 15 days?" But of course, she could not argue with the master, so she left. And after 15 days, she came back. After she came back, the master told her son very kindly and a lot of love in his voice. He said to this little child, "Oh, my dear child, it's not very good to eat so many sweets. They will hurt your hurt you and it will damage your health. It's not good." The child was happy, went around playing, searching for the place where this guru was staying. The lady stayed back and she asked this master, and she said, "Master, thank you very much, but I have a question." Ramdas said, "Yes, what is it?" She said, "It was just one line. But why it took you 15 days to tell my son not to eat sweets?" Sundar Ramdas smiled and he said, in those 15 days, I made sure that I don't eat any sweets. And then the power of my words will be much more. So this is very important lesson that comes from the truthfulness in behavior, in our attitude, in our words. When we were little, I I was a little child, I heard a story. And that story is a beautiful story. The story goes like this, that there was a woodcutter and he used to cut some uh, trees and then used to sell the wood and earn his bread and butter. One day while he was cutting a branch, his tool, the cutting tool, the axe, it fell down into the well and the water was deep. And then that's the only tool he had. Now he came down and he could not get in the water. He tried to find it, but he could not find it. So he was very sad and depressed. And he didn't know what to do. Because if he would not get this tool, not get this uh, axe, then how he will earn his bread? How he's going to get money? And he has kids and his wife to feed. So he was very sad. And then he started thinking of the goddess in the forest. Because he was so sincere, the goddess appeared. And she said, "Okay, I will get you your tool." So she dived into the well and she thought she will test this guy. So the first axe that she got was the gold one. And when she showed it to him, she asked him, "Is this your one? Please take it." And she was testing him if he's truthful or not. And he said, "No, this is not my axe." So she said, "Okay." Then she went down. She got another one that was silver one. And she asked, "Is this your one?" Again, this was a test because his one was iron one, which was very cheap one. But she was showing him the costly ones, the precious ones, the valuable ones. And she tried it with silver, gold. For all this, he said no. And finally, when she got his axe, that steel one, the iron one, he said, yes, this is the one that belongs to me. And she was so happy with him that she gifted him all the three. Now, if you take this symbolical story of truthfulness, if I am truthful, my mind will be much less stressed and much more peaceful. And with that peace and less stress, I can achieve a lot of positive things in my life. So, Satya, the truthfulness, has a value connected with our state of mind. I hope you have understood the importance of the truth. So, I'm going to stop here. Hari Om.